Everybody, welcome back. This is probably going to be a bit of a troll one. We'll see. Yeah. It's kind of, I mean, like, these other guys are pretty good. Like, we might be able to carry. We have an Elise middle. It's just going to be us tonight, by the way. Jason, his wife, had their daughter, I guess. I don't know how to always phrase it. I always feel weird when saying he and his wife had their daughter at the hospital, because let's be real. It's the wife that has the daughter. That's the one that's pregnant that goes through all the stuff, right? But, hey, what's up, Ray? But anyways, they had their daughter at the hospital. They were both present at the hospital when the daughter was born. And so he's not going to be on for the next couple of nights, at least. So, and they're both doing very well. And this is going to be a relatively short stream for me, just because I have another stack of papers I have to grade tonight before tomorrow. Nice, you got the notification. Well, I figured out there was a setting that that I wasn't clicking that was usually auto-filled out for me, which is certifying that this has never aired on like national TV or something for closed caption. So if I don't have that certification, maybe that was hurting the numbers. Who knows? Oh, damn it. I meant to put the skin on, too. I keep doing, like, no skin. And mostly I'm just trying to practice Janna as well, because I feel like she is really strong right now, and I think she's going to be very strong in the preseason. And I used to play her a lot, but I'm just trying to take it up even more. I watched a video on the #1 Janna guy, and he does a lot of these like predictive like full charge tornadoes or like big charge tornadoes. This thing actually does quite a bit of damage, even at level 1 if you full charge it. Now they are getting rid of Athene's in the preseason, which is kind of feels bad, but they are adding Imperial Mandate, which I think will be very good on her. Imperial Mandate into Water Wand. I think the game's going to slow down in the preseason. I was very tempted to make a video on it today, but I'm kind of waiting to see the balancing changes they make this week, just so it'll be a nice... Hey, thanks, Evan. I appreciate it. Shit, I forgot I need to go ward their stuff here. And I took Zombie Ward. That's better for late game. I probably should have taken... I like Ghost Portal more. You stack it faster than Zombie Ward. Zombie Ward, there are some games where that never gets stacked. You have to clear like 10 wards, and sometimes people in this elo just don't even ward enough to clear that many. So Zombie Ward is definitely what you take if you're in Challenger, but, you know, down in Gold, I don't know. No, don't clear them that fast. Okay, well. I lost an auto attack. I need to try to get those autos in there after. Maybe I need to start the auto animation first and then go for the Q. There we go. Okay, so Echo's over there. Soraka's like one of your worst matchups in lane, because she just heals through all of your poke, basically. So you really just want to roam a lot with her. I just want to keep fading in and out of vision. Okay, nice. blow right down the lane too, just to keep putting them in a tower. Okay, just keep cheating up. We are slowly getting more and more CS just from them, like, dying to tower. So I just keep pushing. The Soraka's really not pushing the wave that much. In this lane, maybe I should have gone Relic. Okay, he flashed. Alright, got the trade. Oh, we missed the W. Oh, I almost got it. Okay. Nice, that was great. Oh shit, sorry. Damn it. I was just trying to help him with one auto, but probably looked kind of troll. Oh, the 23 notes are already up? Really? Like, officially? Hey, what's up, Wolf? I mean, I think relearning support is probably a little harsh. I think a lot, like, it's not going to be like, you know, if you've played Janna before, it's going to be a completely different experience playing Janna, you know? Like, the meta's going to change again. I mean, the toughest thing is... Like, they are nerfing Enchanters, for sure. I mean, but they're nerfing almost everything. This is like a power down to slow down the meta and require people to have more items to snowball, basically, is what it is. They want people to have, like, 2 or 3 items in most cases before they start going off. Where did you see those patch notes? Are they on Yetter's Twitter? I gotta play back a little bit, because they're actually kind of hitting sort of hard. And my stuff's not really that effective right now. Oh, Jesus, the dive. Okay. And I'll check it out. That means they're probably done doing the balancing on the PvE with the items, maybe? Because the items should be next patch, right? Unless they're, like, delaying them for some reason. Trying to walk behind the Jhin to block the Q, and I think I did block the Q, but... Okay, well, I guess that works. I'm dying way more than I would want to die. This game, but... Shit, he's gonna back after that, probably. Is he gonna get away with that? Does he have his ult? Can we at least take this? We take something? At least it's like no reaction. Alright, well, we got our flash. Would have been nice if at least rotated up to kill Echo with me, or at least clear his jungle. They shouldn't get away with a dive like that without paying something, you know? Oh, if he hit that, that would have been very nice. Your jungler's dead. I mean, Jhin and I take it so slowly, though, the dragon, or I would, you know, go do that more, but... Okay, we got the ult out of her. That's good. What the fuck? Fuck, and we lost. We're gonna lose tower for that. Damn. That seemed odd. It seemed like we should have been able to get that somehow. Who used Rift? Oh, okay, we did. So I guess we got Rift, but we lost Dragon. Really need to complete these wards too.
An ally has been slain. Breathlessly.
The fuck is that? Oh, he has Omni Stone. Okay. Boys, I need this experience. Please. I thought he was going to dive me. I didn't want to get instantly blown up because he's pretty fed. Alright, good. We got the Soraka to rotate also. And I'm just faster than she is. Can we not? Oh, she's coming. Which is more important to your team, towers or dragons? It depends on your team comp and your strategy. They're both very important. Towers, unless you get soul, probably. If you get plates with the towers, for sure. Run, 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 run. What? Can't believe the range on that. Damn. Dude. It's tough, man. She's getting healed so much. Oh my god, dude, that's slow. I probably need to get a Mikhail's after this. Damn, Shin had ult too, that's rough. Is so annoying. No one has grievous wounds, of course. God, trolled. Shin TP'd too late. Why didn't you just ult onto Nocturne instead of TPing? Like, you know they're taking the tower. So he wasted his ult and his TP on the same play, and we lost the tower and the person. It's pretty difficult to imagine how you mess that up, but Because if he TP'd onto the Shin there, I'm pretty sure they just win that. Yes. Healing reduction's not changing. I mean, there's just more of it available. Basically, if someone's under 50%, they're getting a bigger Grievous Wounds. But, so there will be more healing reduction, so we'll see. But that Moonstone Renewer is going to be pretty good. And they're increasing the amount of plus healing and shielding that you can get in general across the board on a lot of items. So, I think she'll probably do pretty well. Depends on, and like the meta's slowing down overall, I think. There's just going to be less damage, which is good for her. Gnosis is starting to become a big problem. Go on him. Go on him. Ah, you missed your Q. Use your ult, dude. The fuck? You have your fucking ult. Use your ult. If he just used his ult and started with the original, like, just hit him with the Q, like, he used the Q on the wave when he saw me rotating. I've got to get a cleanse for the Wither. Sorry, I'll have to move the chat over here in a second. I'm not too keen on Seraphine support. I think she's okay, but like, yeah, I think the meta's gonna slow down overall. So that could be good for Soraka. It depends. Soraka is a very meta-dependent champion. If there's a lot of assassins and people are roaming around a lot and there aren't as many 5v5s, which tends to happen in pre-seasons, then it can be a problem. But if, like, the game slows down a little bit, which it is, because they're taking damage off of most rolls. They're also nerfing tanking, though, a little bit, so... yeah. Oh, getting really fed. What? Oh, you don't feel like going anymore? Okay. God, this guy is so bad, man. It's really kind of tilting a little bit. Like, we spotted her a couple of times. Like, I don't know why he didn't go. But we're just gonna get outscaled by the Soraka. I just got counterpicked by Soraka. I mean, I don't like to surrender early, but I just... I just don't know how we kill this rocket. Like, does anybody nobody even has Grievous Wounds yet? Yeah, I'm cool with just, well, we got 5 anyways. We have a team that doesn't even get Grievous Wounds against Soraka at like 25 minutes into the game. So I think the meta is going to slow down a little bit in the preseason. We'll see. I mean, the AD assassins kept most of their damage intact because they aren't making they're making the supports choose between like a bunch of really good items, and they're moving up one of the core items on a lot of supports to mythic, and they aren't doing that. Like, so basically there are two items. Yeah, he does, dude, because he's Gnosis, man. And we had like an Elise middle, which is, you know, has its own set of problems, but whatever. Okay, let me look at these patch notes. But yeah, basically, like, assassins didn't really have to change their build, and they got some cool new toys, versus supports lost one of their toys. One of them got really, like, nerfed pretty hard. And assassins can just get Dustblade, which is about the same, arguably a little bit better, or they can get Prowler's Claw, which is a new item that's good, versus supports like Locket and Shirelius both got pushed up to much higher budget items. All of their prices got increased a ton, and now you have to choose between them. You can't get them both, which in some builds you would get them both, and they just completely removed Athenes, which was core to a lot of builds, and they nerfed Ardent really hard, and they nerfed Redemption really hard. So you do get Wand of Water, which can be really good. They've nerfed that significantly from when they teased it, but it still could be good. And Moonstone, like, in longer fights, can be good. Well, yeah. Item haste, like from Cosmic Insight. Did they may have changed okay, so they're not rebalancing. Okay, so they're, it doesn't say whether they're rebalancing some of the stuff or not. I don't know. Janna felt pretty bad right there. Well, Janna can be proactive. Like, if you can harass her, it's just like Soraka completely stonewalls her. Like, Soraka hard counters Janna. You just, like, you can't do any harassment in the laning phase. Now, you can out roam her. Wait, what don't I want to look at? Oh, just because it doesn't say anything, really? It's like, okay, stuff's happening. I've tried Pantheon support. I don't like it. I've tried almost any mainstream support. Pantheon's not even that mainstream. I mean, these days, people try him out. I don't like it. He's just too much all in early. And just gets completely blasted if you don't take over the game. Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to see if they, because they have done a lot of number tuning. during the preseason. So, like, they just nerfed the hell out of a lot of the enchanter items with the number tuning. Like, when I first did my support video, the water wand or whatever used to be, like, 15% health, like 10 spell, or 15%, health regen. Let's go Bard or Recon here. Blind pick. Guess let's go Recon.
Let's dance.
Games won't be so easy. Well, Jason does have his moments. I mean, we had to completely murder early game with an Elise mid because she just falls off so hard later. Guys just YOLO queuing Yasuo. Oh, they're switching. Okay, so Glock is playing Yasuo. Or something? Into what? Annie? Well, they do have 2 tanks. Wait, they have Tom Kinch bottom? Okay, someone dodged. I'm not gonna play Thresh. I'm gonna see if I can get to platinum on this. But yeah, they've nerfed a lot of the items from where they were. Kraken Slayer is probably the biggest one that I can think of, or certainly one of them. It was originally something like 200 true damage every 3rd hit. Now it's 60. 60 flat with 30% bonus AD. So that's a lot more reasonable, but it's not nearly as strong. It still does have the 30% bonus AD ratio, but with an item like that, you know, you're probably going Ginsu second, which I believe has no AD on it. Ginsu's might have a touch of AD on it. I don't think it has much, though. No AD whatsoever. Yeah, so that's not going to be scaling that hard. Then after that, you're probably going either Rapid Fire Cannon or Storm Razor in that build. So Storm Razor will have 40 AD on it, I think. So yeah, you're going to be doing mostly 60 to 80 true damage every 3rd hit, which is still really good. That's the equivalent of, if you think of it like in Vayne terms, that's like doing about, it's 6% per 1,000 health, max health HP. Sort of, is a way to think of it. So probably 12% max health. So it's about the same as Vayne. Why don't I like him? I think he's really good. I just think that, number one, I'm not as good on him as other things. And then number two, he's harder to play in like gold because people won't click your lantern a lot of times. It's like right now in this meta, even a lot of high level Threshes aren't playing him a lot because there's just other stuff with like more guaranteed engage with more CC, like Leona, like Nautilus. I mean, historically he hard counters Leona, and he was not played at Worlds at all, hardly against Leona, if that tells you anything about it. Like literally the best players in the world, all of which are good Thresh players, still didn't play him into the champion of the tournament, basically, which was Leona, who he hard counters. If that tells you anything about his place in the meta right now. Look at the support. You know, Leona had a 71% win rate and was the most picked support. Thresh had a 40% win rate. So it's not all about that, but like when you're thinking of like supports that are good, it's not all about like Challenger and Pro, but when you're talking about stuff like Thresh, if he is good, those are the people that are going to be abusing him really hard because he gets worse as the elo goes down because he requires a lot of coordination. Yumi's a tough one because of the mana cost changes. They're going to have to change something about her mana stuff, I think. They're getting rid of Presence of Mind, which is going to be a big deal for her.
Let's dance.
There is ranked in the preseason, yeah. So all that the preseason does, and I'll make a whole video about this for next week. All the preseason does is that's a cutoff for the rewards. That's it. So if you want the skins, if you want whatever, yeah, I'll permaban Morg. I'm not, because I mostly play engaged supports, and I just, like, you can play around her, but it's just not worth it. She's just really obnoxious to try to deal with the Black Shield. But that's just cut off for the rewards. I think it's November the 11th. You know, after that, rewards are in. Fuck, Vhagar. It's like one of the few really, really hard counters to recon that's very, very annoying to deal with. Because it lasts for so long. That cage is up for like 5 seconds or something. But then your rank keeps going as though nothing ever happened in the preseason. It just moves fluidly from one day to the next. Okay, so we have to have Legend Tenacity. We're going to have to get Mercury Treads. And we're probably going to want Unflinching. Aren't we? Or do we want Overgrowth? Maybe just Revitalize to help heal other people. If we're going to have to get Mikhail's, which we probably will. I'm not feeling great about this one, but we'll see. I mean, Zed in theory is pretty good in a Vhagar. No, season rewards. So, like, on November 11th, if you're Gold Plus, you get the skin, and then they have chromas for, I don't remember which skin it is. Then they have chromas for everything beyond that, and you get, like, an icon and some other stuff. That's it. But that's what I'm saying, is November the 11th, you get your rewards for Season 10. That's the official end of Season 10. Then Season 11 will begin the next day on the 12th. And your rank stays exactly the same. Nothing happens. You still gain and lose the same amount of LP. Everything's the same. It just goes into preseason. Then you play all of the preseason. It's the exact same stuff. Like, it's ranked. I mean, they are changing the way that, like, there's not going to be promotions between divisions, so they are changing some stuff. But, like, your ranking is the same. It's the entire time it's the same. And then sometime in January, around January 25th, that will be the ranked reset. I don't know the exact date on that. They'll announce it a lot in advance. But that's going to be the ranked reset. And that's where everybody loses a certain amount of LP. Usually it's about 1 league. So if you ended in Gold 4, you'll probably start in Silver 4. You have to play like 5 placement games. So where you get placed in the next rank season is it's mostly based on where you were at the very end of the preseason. So this is what people don't understand. They think that preseason's just for goofing off. It dramatically affects where you get placed. So if you end the preseason in Gold 4, like January whatever, you're gold 4, then you'll get placed as though you're gold 4. You play your placement matches, you'll probably end up in like silver 4. If you end the season 10 at gold 4, so like November 12th, and then you go on a huge winning streak, you win a lot in the preseason, and you go to platinum 4, then you will be placed in the new season as though you were platinum 4, so you will probably start at gold 4. If you goof around a lot and you just YOLO queue during the preseason and you go from gold 4 to silver 4, you will likely be placed as though you were bronze 4 in the preseason. I've been through every preseason except for season 1. Honestly, it's not that bad. Everyone does all the all caps videos about it. It's pretty much the same thing. You'll have the same amount of people trying just as hard as before, or not as hard as before, however you want to look at it. It's basically the same thing. You won't notice a huge difference in your games. There will be a lot more variables, so some people might be, you know, not doing the optimal builds, but to be honest, people don't do the optimal builds half the time anyways right now. So, like, there's a lot of fun new stuff to explore, but as far as, like, the level of competition, it's gonna be the same thing. Some people say, like, people don't try in the preseason, whatever, so it's easier to rank up. I haven't really found that to be true. If anything, I think you could make an argument for the only people, or a lot more people that are playing in the preseason are, like, the hardcore people. But honestly, I think it's about the same. Yeah, I can't get that cannon because he's in that bush. It's too spooky. It's pushing towards us, and we just gotta respect the Lee. So I would say that I would try in the preseason, because that's gonna set you up for where you get placed at the beginning of the season. And I honestly, you know, like I said earlier, I think the meta is gonna slow down. I think games are going to slow down. They're going to be less snowbally. We'll see. But that's, you know, they're nerfing almost every other major item except for the mythics. So yeah, it's like the mythics are good. And you do gain a stacking bonus with the mythics. But most other items are getting nerfed. Dude, we can't, I don't think, right? Or is Zed coming in? No way! Wow. That was unfortunate. Oh yeah, you're gonna see all the all caps videos. This is all caps season. In the preseason. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get boots. I forgot, I gotta get mercs though this game. Kind of sucks, but I should have maybe gotten a control ward. Yeah, they're like the big nerf to AP supports that like nobody's talking about is you're not going to be able to rush double pen anymore. So you can't get Oblivion Orb plus Sorcerer Boots and just have like an insane power spike off of very cheap. Huntsman. Oh, the Wolfric campaign? Yeah, I should be able to start that later this week. I was like, wait a minute, did someone donate for Marcus Wolfhart? Yeah, sorry, I got a donation for the Chaos one and that one at the same time. And I've almost got a lot of the Chaos ones completed, so I should be able to start the Wolfhart one later this week. Hecarim's dead. I could easily be doing Dragon. So yeah, the mage stuff, the okay, that was a really good sequence for us. Oh yeah, I love Civ. I think Civ's a lot of fun. I tried to do that on the channel. When I first made the channel, The Strategy Professor, I was planning on mostly playing strategy games. Alright, I think I'm just gonna go do it that way. I want control wards. And I was doing like Civ 6, XCOM. Civ 6, XCOM, stuff like that, but it just wasn't getting any views. It just has a much smaller audience than League. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of games I would love to play. I like Civ 5 a lot better than Civ 6. Just the aesthetic of it. I'm not usually an aesthetic person. It just looks very kiddie, you know? But yeah, I played a lot of Civ 5 before I had the channel. It was a lot of fun. The original, the XCOM from like 2013 was really good too. Hey, what's up, Juan? Good to see you, buddy. Now, just to clarify, when people are talking about duo queues, that's not going to apply to hardly anyone that watches this channel. Maybe Scott. But yeah, it's like Masters Plus, can't duo anymore, and that's pretty much it. Damn it, I really want my Poro dab. I like this Callista. She goes for it. Yeah, the Jinx one's pretty funny. I still miss my Dingu, or my Pingu dab. That is weird. I really like the Mayans in Civ 5. You just got you got to choose like your strengths, so you could adapt a lot to them. I think the easiest were the Greeks. On Legendary, I didn't play stuff on the lower difficulties. Pretty much won either the voting council or whatever were the win conditions, or there was one other one. I remember the cultural win was extremely difficult to do. I know, dude. I was getting the objective, bro. Yeah, the diplomacy one, I think, was what I got. The tourism one, I think, was the cultural one. That one was really hard to do on Legendary or Deity mode or whatever they called it. Because the AI got just crazy bonuses to building stuff, and they always got a lot of the monuments. They, for some reason, didn't ever go for the Forbidden City, I think, which gave you 2 extra votes for the diplomacy one, which is why diplomacy was possible if you, like, rushed it. You could get all the city-states as the Greeks. Oh, I did, there was one with Venice that I did that was... Was it the economic one? I can't remember. Venice was pretty cool, too. The only ones I ever beat it with on the the super hard mode were Greeks, South Koreans, Venice. There might have been 1 or 2 more. Bro. He was 2-4 versus 11-4, and he beat up our Callista. Like, come on, man. Cultural victory would have been the cool one. Yeah. If he would have just body blocked, I thought he was just going to back up and body block, but he decided to go really aggro randomly there.
Riku, I did not rescue you from a cold dead planet so you could laugh at me.
I could have W'd out, but
My mirror and tell me I look good.
all we had to do is disengage and she body blocks. I mean, she was at full health, and we just reset. I don't know. So I don't know. I like her attitude of going for it, but these last two deaths of hers were places where you did not want to go for it. Oh shit, I should have let him hit me. Pretty much gave away that somebody's there. Nah, doesn't let me go through the walls, huh? I don't think I would have hit him anyways, but... Oh, come on. I need that last little charge. We need to get that soon.
Rampage. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Life is way more fun if the rules.
Calista needs to 1v2. Okay. Can we... Oh, we're not going to be able to get Baron.
My cloak is woven from the whispers of starfields and secrets.
Dude, there's no outplaying Jhin, Callista. He literally just walks up and right clicks you. Like, you can't outplay that, man. He's got rapid fire cannon. Oh, Lord. That was stupid as hell. Everybody trying to make the big plays, huh? Big plays for days.
I do what I want. Started.
I don't think I play. Morocco might have come in after I stopped playing. Remember, Arabia seemed really cool if you could get a desert locale for it.
I only believe in myself.
And get the, what was it, the Petra? No, it was tough. I don't know. It was fun. So I like the Civ franchise. I probably would have liked playing more XCOM. XCOM 2 was pretty cool. Just trying to get him away. Well, he stalled out long enough. Ha! I didn't even see him. That's funny. There's no way in hell Lee, like, ever makes a play. Oh my god, dude. The slows. Is he gonna get him? Yeah, okay. Dude, these guys are chasing so much.
Dominating.
Any reason why Zyra doesn't get a lot of play? Yeah, it's a really mobile meta right now. Like, you have to be able to rotate around and run around, and she's very slow, and she's very susceptible to getting cut off. She's very, very good if you can get positioning, and you have, like, vision control, and she's one of the best at bushing people. But that's partially it, is she's just not very good at roaming. I just wanted him to use his cage. She's not very good at roaming, and her items are too expensive. Now, we'll see in the preseason, like, the mages aren't getting anything that great, but they also aren't losing anything. The enchanters are losing a lot. So by comparison, maybe something like Zyra could get a little better. Swain, there's a chance something like Swain could get better with the Azakana mask is very good on him. Yeah, this Callista's pretty good. But yeah, it's just that most of the support items... Now, one thing that is going to hurt him, though, is you can't get the double pin. What you really need is a support. You really need the Sorcerer Boots plus Oblivion Orb. Because that's, like, the only thing you can get that's cheap. They're nerfing Leandres, I think, pretty hard. It's less damage, and it doesn't, like... It's less damage on the burn, and it doesn't have the madness to it. They split that off onto a different item. So I think the new Leandres is pretty bad. You can get the, whatever it's called, the thing that does the 15% bonus damage as true damage. That's really good. It used to be Oxamuk's Folly, but they changed it to something else that was easier to say, which is probably a good idea. So it's possible, but just like everything's so expensive. But most items are going up. It's the stuff that has a lot of just base strength is going to be good. And like Zyra, I mean, she does have a lot of base damage, but you know, just like your bards, your Leonas, stuff like that that's just like really good with no items. Rakan to some extent is going to be advantaged. Anybody? Okay, there we go. I just wanted an assist on it. So I was just shielding everybody. Give me a little piece of that pie. So I've been trying to look out for really weird items, like combinations, but the thing is they're getting rid of most of the weird items. That's one thing I'm starting to realize a little bit more that's kind of annoying, is like, there's not going to be these like funky, unique little item builds. Or it's going to be a lot harder, because they're like standardizing everything a lot more. Like they're just cleaning up the stats, which is kind of cool that they're getting rid of some of the weird stuff that's like hard to understand, like Zeke's.
Shut down.
Is Kalista just AFK or what? I mean, or can we just kill Lee? Lee's probably gonna come look right here. He's gonna come ward it. I don't know what's up with... Okay, is she back yet? Okay, she just was... I don't know. Hopefully not, like, complaining a lot to the point of throwing. Just end the game, man. End the game, and then you can rip your bong as much as you want. Damn. Couldn't quite save her. Nice, good job, Black Falcon. Yo, what up, Sammy? Huh. I mean, maybe I'm underestimating her. It has been a while since I played her. It's a possibility for sure. Does that dude a Smurf, or do you just have a good game? Schmitty. That was a different person. His Evil Killer could have been a Smurf. He was... I feel like he's at least a Platinum player. I kind of want to see, because he was very aggressive. What's up, Nate Life? This is probably going to have to be a shorter stream, which I said earlier, which sucks, but I really do have to grade a lot of these papers tonight. If you guys want to see, I can walk you through a couple of the items just really quick. I'm going to do a whole video about it, but I can spend just like 5 minutes or something, 5 or 10 minutes just walking through a couple of items if you guys are into that on the PvE. Just give you my really brief thoughts. No, he just appeared to have a really good game. I mean, he did have a diamond support playing with him. Email him to me, I'll grade him for you. No, preseason does not begin tomorrow. Preseason begins in like 9 days. It's not this week, it's next week. It's like November 12th. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll do that just real quick. I'm going to do like a whole video about it, like I said. But I'm kind of waiting. Usually they don't finalize the stats for the next patch until like Thursday or Friday, and they might give it one last like overview. But I'll look at it really quickly, especially since we don't have Jason. We don't have to worry about making him wait. So I really hate to make him wait. I do make him wait like probably 90% of the time while I'm getting my coffee and everything else. Tomorrow is election day, yes. So it's big day in the United States. I still have to go to class tomorrow. University doesn't close because of it. All of the high schools and looks like they did do a bit of an update. I'm not sure what they did, but I'm having to download something. So they may have did some item changes. They may have done some item changes. But I'm calling off my 8 a.m. class, but I still have to go in at 11:30 because my 8 a.m. class is high schoolers. And so their high school is going to be closed, so I'd feel kind of like a dick to make them come in for just like one 8 a.m. class and there's nothing else they have to do for the rest of the day. So I'd feel kind of like, I'd feel bad about that. But then also, they did close last Thursday. We were not allowed to hold in-person classes because of COVID. So, I mean, it's a big election for the world, I think. The United States still... whether you love the United States or hate them or you're somewhere in between, probably like most people internationally, the U.S. has its hand in a lot of cookie jars around the world, right? One way or another. We're just very globalized, interconnected with, all of our corporations and treaties and politics and everything. So it's a pretty important election, I think, for a lot of people around the world because the approach, and I don't want to get into politics, but the approach, I think, is probably going to be substantially different on a lot of fronts, depending on who gets elected. So I think a lot of people are going to be tuning in, caring about. Now, I will say, unless it's a complete blowout, which could happen, but unless it's a complete blowout, there will probably be recounting and court stuff and just all sorts of like stuff going on. I think it's a foregone conclusion. There's going to be some rioting somewhere, one way or another. Five Eyes. Anyways, let's see if they changed anything here on the support item front. And then I'll talk about them. I don't see any changes there. Is that still 13? That's a ridiculously high level for supports. Like most of my games, and what level was I last game? I don't even, was I 13 last game? I mean, it was a complete blowout. Where does it show the level? Level 50. Okay, so I got to level 15. I guess level 13 is like near the end, I feel like a lot of times.
Minions have spawned.
Where I'm like barely get to level 13 in a lot of wins. So I just feel like that warding item just is not going to matter most of the time. I think it's like 50-50 if I'm level 13 or higher in these games. It's close. Maybe slightly skewed towards over 15. But I feel like that's about the average level a support is when the game ends. It's like maybe 13 or 14. So it just feels like that's just... It needs to be like level 11 or something. I'm probably getting a haircut. I don't know, at some point. Probably for Thanksgiving. Get my semi-annual haircut. Okay, I think all of this stuff is the same. Let's see if they nerfed any of the assassin stuff. Nope, that's about the same. They don't have all the shiny items yet. I think the support items were shiny unless they changed them. Let me just look real quick here. Yeah. Several of the support items are kind of shiny. Oh, they took off the Moonstone, was shiny. So they're kind of messing with it. Some of them do have the glow, some of them don't. Because I know that Moonstone was shiny. Let me see. Maybe it's just... Okay, it is shining a little bit. It's hard to tell with some of the shading. I guess now it lights up if you can buy it. Maybe it does that currently, I don't know. But anyways, the support items look about the same. So as far as like supports go, and I tried out Locket. The shield decays really fast. So Locket's actually a lot more questionable than I thought it was going to be. Like, look at the shield. Look at how fast that decays. Like, it's literally, if someone bursts you, immediately you get full value out of the shield. But most of the time, you're probably only going to get, like, half value out of it. But anyway, so that was a little underwhelming. And then Shirelia's, I tested that out as well. And, like, the speed, let me see how fast you go. Like, the speed's pretty fast, but it actually decays really quickly. And the 3 extra hits only last while you're sped up. So if someone doesn't land 3 hits, then you lose value out of it when you're sped up. So I think that the best ones for a lot of people are going to be the Imperial Mandate and the Moonstone Renewer. Most likely Imperial Mandate on a lot of people. Because with these, you're also giving up 40 AP. They gave these 40 AP, which is a lot. That's like 800 gold worth of value. Then every time you slow or immobilize a champion, you're pretty much doing 160 damage. Extra damage, because you do 80 damage up front, and then if anyone else auto-attacks them, they do 80 damage on the backside. So this can be anything from, like, Janna's W, which is on a really low cooldown, Janna's Knockback, Janna's Tornado. If you're thinking about Rakan, his ultimate or his W would apply it. Bard, just his auto-attacks with the slow on the meeps, or his Q can apply it. So anything, any sort of enchanter that has consistent, like, slows or immobilizes. Soraka's Qs can proc that as well. Although I think Soraka may go Moonstone. So this is better for just like skirmishing and just doing a lot more damage and trying to snowball early. It does pretty good damage late too. And then this is pretty much specifically, this also you get 15 extra AP per legendary item, which is big. It adds 15 extra AP to all of your other items you're going to get. And then the Moonstone Renewer is only 5 ability haste as its legendary thing, which isn't a huge deal. You're probably only going to have like 1 or 2 items by the end of most games, like legendary items in addition to the mythic, because they cost a lot more than your current like 2,000 or 2,100 gold items. And then Moonstone Renewer is up to 150% maximum, so it's going to be doing like 145 times like, so about like 125 or so once it's charged up. So 125 healing to 1 person every 2 seconds. So, I don't know, you'll get off like maybe 200 heal over 5 seconds, 250 heal while it's charging up. Which is very good. And then after that, you're getting the extra like 120. Now, it does benefit from plus healing and shielding, and you'll be getting a lot of that. They did give 40 ability power. This item used to be trash when they first teased it because it had no ability power on it whatsoever, no plus healing and shielding. Now it's got 40 ability power, which is, you know, once again, another 800 gold value. So you're only paying about 500 for the Starlit Grace. So that's pretty good. Now, I did read somewhere that Spell Haste actually affects the passive cooldown on items. I think Yetter just tweeted that. So if you can get like a lot of Spell Haste with this, if you get 50% Spell Haste, actually no, you need 100 Spell Haste to get 50% CDR, so that's kind of out of reach most of the time. But you could get it like 33% off pretty easily if you have 50 spell haste. So that would be every second and a half you'd get that heal, which would be pretty big. So it says right here. Oh, that's only on items though. Never mind. That's only item haste. So if you have Ingenious Hunter, right? Yeah, Ingenious Hunter, then that could actually be pretty good. Ingenious Hunter actually gives you like 35% cooldown reduction, I think. So maybe you could get to 50% with Ingenious Hunter on this. That's an interesting thought. If you go with this plus Mikhail's plus Redemption or something, maybe that would make an Ingenious Hunter build appealing. Not sure. But anyway, so I think on someone like a Soraka, or if you just have a lot of tanks on your team, if fights are going to last for a long time, if fights are lasting 5 to 10 seconds, this could be pretty good. And then we'll go on and we'll get some more games here in just a second. But anyways, so I think for Enchanters, it's probably going to be either Imperial Mandate and Moonstone, and then you choose either Staff of Flowing Water or Ardent. Ardent got nerfed a lot. It doesn't have the movement speed on it anymore. And neither one of these have spell haste. Staff of Flowing Water or this, neither one has spell haste. So that's kind of what feels bad, but you can pick whichever one you want. You could double up and try to do 2 if you want to do like super team fighting. Mikhail's is basically the same as it is now. It just it doesn't have the extra health regen on it, which is kind of a big deal for stuff like Soraka in the laning phase. And Redemption got a huge nerf to it because it no longer scales with plus healing and shielding. So you're not going to get those really huge heals anymore. So overall, Enchanters got pretty nerfed, pretty hard. But Imperial Mandate is quite strong. I think that's one of the strongest mythics out there that a lot of people aren't talking about, especially on the Rakans, Jannas, Bards, the stuff that I think will be really good in the meta. As far as tanks go, you can still go Locket, which I think is going to be okay on tanks. It does suck that the shield decays so fast, though, as you saw before. So it's possible that tanks even go for like a big tank item, but I think the Sunfire items aren't that great. Oh, also for support, something that's worth noting that could be pretty good is now Hourglass is much cheaper. It's 2,500, so it's not that much more than normal support items now, and it has basically the same stats. It's like 10 less ability power, but that's really good for helping you out against assassins. If you know a Zed or something, Rengar or something like that, if you are, especially something like Rakan who has a lot of mobility, that could be pretty good. So that's something to keep in mind. And you can also get the Seekers is cheaper too at 900, so you can get a little extra defense. So that's something that's kind of cool, that could be on the table. Either getting that or Banshees if they have a lot of hooks or stuff like that. That could be pretty good for things like Soraka. But as far as tanks go, the Randuin's is actually quite strong, I think. They did lower the health a little bit. The armor is basically the same. But now it slows everybody in an area and lowers their attack damage by 10% and their critical strike by 20%. So this could be another like really good defensive item. Maybe even on someone like a Rakan, this could be okay. They did, like, Zeke's is better against physical damage, I believe, because it has 300 health, which is more than 30 armor worth of defensive value, because the current Zeke's has 60 armor, but it doesn't have any magic resist, so I think this might be better against just strictly armor teams. It does have more ability haste, so someone like Rakan might still like this, but you have to immobilize enemies to make it work. So it's okay, but yeah, Randuin's, Zeke's, and Abyssal Mask is pretty good. They have nerfed it, but it's 10% extra damage instead of 15%, but that could be pretty good as well. Stoneplate's pretty garbage. I wouldn't get Stoneplate now on most supports. It is over here. It's 3,300, which is way too expensive. It does give you 60-60 on the resist, which is nice, and whenever you use it, it gives you 100% bonus health as a shield. So that's good, but I think overall it's going to be pretty weak. So like for tank supports, I think your bread and butter is probably going to be just Locket, maybe Shirelia's. Shirelia's could be pretty good on engaged tanks still. So it has a lot of health on it. It doesn't have a ton of resist, but it's got health. And then just stuff like Zeke's, Randuin's, maybe Knight's Vows sometimes. It has a lot of health, but it doesn't have any armor on it, which kind of sucks. And you don't get healed from it anymore. So that sort of feels bad. Assassins are about the same. Umbral Glaive got knocked down, or it's 2,800 instead of 2,400 now. Prowler's Claw is probably going to be the go-to. Really strong item. Just gives you an extra dash. Most of their items still have 55 attack damage and 21 lethality, so they aren't really losing that much. You can get one of these, then you still have your Ghost Blade, your Edge of Night, Sanguine Blade. Like, they still have all their tools. And they got a couple other, the Collector, which I don't think is that great, but maybe it's okay. Serpent's Fang. So, Assassins have a lot of cool stuff. Mages got kind of shanked, because you can't do double pin anymore. The Ozakana Mask is okay. This thing here, Rift Maker, is going to be the really strong OP one. It's 15% extra damage. It's converted to true damage over 5 seconds. So that one will be pretty strong. Most people will want that, I think. Luden's, maybe. Deathcap costs more and has less ability power scaling, so that sucks. The Zanyas and the Banshees are cheaper and just a better value, so that's really good. Void Staff lost 15 ability power, I think. It might have only been 5 ability power. I think it had 80, though, on the base. It's a little bit weaker, I think. They got a couple of new toys. Horizon Focus, I think it's going to be bad for most people. Ozakana is good on, like, maybe, like, Echo, Swain, Vlad, stuff like that will like this. You do have cheaper Grievous Wounds with Oblivion Orbs. That's nice, the new Oblivion Orbs. Now you have basically an Executioner's. Marksman, kind of the quick version of Marksman is, they nerfed the hell out of Kraken Slayer. I said this was going to be the most OP item, and they nerfed it by like 66% or something. It used to average like 180 true damage, and they took it down to 120 true damage every third hit. Now it's 60 true damage with 30% bonus AD. So it's pretty garbage now. I think Gale Force is going to be the sleeper that a lot of people get, because this actually does quite a bit of damage when you activate it. So on someone like Jin or Draven or Misfortune, who I still think will probably be near the top of the roost, you get a free dash, and it does quite a bit of damage. I mean, 212 damage, level 1, like, when you get it. And it's increased by 50% on low health targets. So it's going to be like 300 damage on it, and you get an extra dash. It's almost like a flash. So I think that item's really underrepresented now. It used to not be as good before they nerfed Kraken, but now that Kraken's nerfed, this is going to be great on those, like, heavy-hitting, you know, crit type of champs. It's going to be good. Then Immortal Shield Bow. This one's really good still. It does give you up to 27% lifesteal. They took away the resistances. This is good if they have a lot of assassins on their team, although it is notable that it has less attack damage, 10 less attack damage than Kraken, and 5% less attack speed. But this would be good on, like, your squishier champs. I don't know, like, being able to dash and dodge hooks and a lot of stuff that's coming at you, that's really, really powerful, though. So it's like, yes, you do have the shield, but if you don't get hit by stuff in the first place, that's good, too. Then Gensu's is more reasonable, but I think the on-hit build is going to be a bit weaker with Kraken off the table. So it's probably just going to be Rush Stormrazor after that. It is cheaper. It's 2,700. Yes, you do lose like 15 AD, which sucks, but everything's getting nerfed for 80 carries for the most part, so I think that Stormrazor is still going to be a great go-to item. Probably just Stormrazor, then Rapid Fire. That's going to give you 60% crit, and then just this really, like, huge spike damage, where you get the 240, like, burst damage from the Energized, and then you also get, like, the 300 damage off of this. So, like, someone like Draven or Jin, once again, you're going to blow people up. And then Infinity Edge is a bit weaker. They took off 10 attack damage on it, and it doesn't scale as well, but it's still, like, pretty decent. Okay, we'll get back in there to a game. And then the fighters are complicated. There's a lot of different options for fighters. That one's probably the hardest sort of class of champs to call, like, what the best items will be. Oh, you got the COVID, Rambo. Well, yeah, dude, don't mess with it, man. Like, if you're having trouble breathing, you need to go to the hospital. Like, it will kill you. You can't breathe, you die. So, you need to... There's a reason people keep talking about... like, ventilators in hospitals and things like that. Electoral college is definitely... I don't know. I think logically, if it is supposed to be a democracy, you should get rid of it. But politically, I don't think there's any way they're going to pass it. Because, I mean, that would basically be Democrats win for the foreseeable future. Unless there's, like, dramatic shifts in... like policies or demographics or something. There are a lot of people like leaving California though, and that's going to change the demographics in like Texas, Arizona, and Nevada to some extent. I think Arizona and Nevada are pretty blue. Yeah, no problem, Wolf. And I'll have a more detailed breakdown with like numbers and stats and things like that later this week once I get some finalized data. I mean, it's kind of like what Juan is saying, is that like the massive city centers, they overkill it on the, because like I don't know what percentage of the like people in the United States live in California and New York, but it's a lot. It's probably like 20% or something like that. So I don't know. I think that the House of Representatives does it well, where, or not the House, the Congress does it well, where you have a balance between Senate, which is 2 people per state, and then you have House, which is representative of your population in a state. And they kind of balance each other out so that, you know, rural areas or places with less population still get some kind of say. They still get to influence. But then you also have like the places with the higher population get an outsized influence in the House. So ideally they would do, I don't know how you would do it, but ideally they would do something like that to determine the election. Some combination. I mean, I guess that's kind of what the electoral college is the bigger states do get more electorate, but then the small states still count. Well, let's not get too far into it. Okay, yeah, what Rambo's saying is I think that like it should be maybe popular vote by state for the electorate. Maybe not for the entire country, but it should either be by state or like the state's representatives should be representative of the population split to some extent. I don't know, but something like that. Because right now, in a lot of states, if it's very close, you know, if the state goes like, if there's a state that's 50-50 and a state goes blue or whatever, and it was 51% Republican, the other 49% really don't matter in the long run because the person gets all of the electorate stuff. So I don't know, maybe that's a problem too. It's just, it's overly weird and complicated. I don't mind having certain electorate stuff, but it needs to be more representative. What does do Recon again? We're just trying to get to platinum here. You gonna donate $100 if Trump loses? Hey. Alright, Rambo. See, Rambo's not a bot, everybody. People who thinking he's a bot. Well, I don't know. I mean, that kind of makes some sense, Scott, but, like, the geography is very different. Like, the United States is a huge place with extremely diverse populations, and it would just be the huge city centers that would decide the election, basically. So I can understand you know, and I'm being neutral here, as much as I can. Like, I'm, you know, trying not to go left or right on this. But, I mean, it would basically be New York and California would decide every election. So, like, if you're someone who, like, you just feel like if you were someone in Nebraska or someone in, you know, some of these other places, that your vote just really wouldn't matter. And I mean, to some extent already, it's like that, right? Like, there are probably only 8 states that matter at most, in every election with the Electoral College, but it's more than 2 states. Will I stream tomorrow? Yeah. Well, I mean, New Zealand's a very different place from the United States. But yeah, I don't want to... I mean, we already have, like, Congress, like, House of Representatives and Senate and things like that. I think a lot of the I mean, I don't know all of the votes, but Florida's always huge because it's almost always close to 50-50, and it's worth a lot of points. I think Pennsylvania's huge. I was looking it up. It seems extremely difficult for Trump to win if he loses Pennsylvania. I think, like, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Florida are all pretty massive. I feel like Pennsylvania, because Pennsylvania, I don't remember how many points it has, but, like, Pennsylvania and Florida feel like a must. If he loses either one of those, it seems really bad for him. And, like if he gets everything else, all of the other toss-ups, maybe, but it's like Florida's worth, like, 2 or 3 of those other toss-ups. So, we'll see. I don't remember how many North Carolina has. I think, isn't it something like every president, how long has it been since a president lost Florida and won the election? I can't remember when the last time that happened. I mean, Germany's also, like, a much different place. Like, the United States is massive. Like, it is a very, very large place with a very, very diverse population. Both, like, just in terms of views and just perspectives on a lot of different things. And it's got extremely complicated, like, geopolitics and just all sorts of stuff going on. Huh. It does, man, but I'm just saying, it's like, it's not as homogenous of a group as, like, smaller countries are a lot of times. I guess I'll just do Recon. Recon's, like, not amazing into Bard, but... I mean, there's a chance they would get rid of the Electoral College, but it would have to be, you would have to have Democratic president, Democratic Senate, and Democratic House, I think, to do it. And it might, I don't even know if something like that would go to the Supreme Court or not, but... Might be possible I should have done Ulti Hunter here. I don't think Australia is the same size as America, and like 90% of Australia is uninhabited. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. People were talking about increasing the seats on the Supreme Court. I don't know about that argument or like how that would even be possible.
Oh yeah. Destroy hope, bring the second coming of darkness, and get some new energy. I'm almost out.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Safety? Boring, Riku. Let's start a fight.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
But anyways, we can. Let's just go off the politics. Let's see where it goes. Elections tomorrow. We'll see where it goes. I don't think anyone's going to change anybody's mind about stuff here. It is interesting to talk about, but I don't want to. And everyone's been, you know, civil for the, you know, for the most part. So.
I dance to the beat. The beat called darkness.
Caitlyn is very strong. Yeah, she's been nerfed a lot, but she still is good. If used correctly. A lot of people do not play her correctly, but... I needed to put a ward. I probably needed to ward the Raptors. I'll use the ward for Scuttle, I suppose.
Living the dream.
Well, he took Electrocute. What a troll. Oh. Thought she'd have Fleet. Lethal's not that great on her. Like, it's more damage later scaling, but you don't have, like, the heal and the movement. Yeah, Alaska's part of the US, though. I don't know if I should have hit that one. not really sure.
Thanks, Riku. Real cool. Darkness is the new hotness.
Vel'Koz is just so worthless, man. I don't know. I know people love that chant. It's just, he's too hard to play. I'm not sure which Bard situation, but
This place feels different when we're in charge, Riku.
I don't know. Maybe I should have kept rotating up. I think turning around and fighting them was probably the better play, but maybe going for the Ahri, like waiting on my W to kill the Ahri instead, because I knew Zach probably had his passive. Yeah, but it's back in like 2 minutes. I don't... Oh, they haven't bought yet. Okay, yeah, maybe we get Dragon off of this.
I do what I want.
Alright.
It's daily after.
Continental. I mean, it's just like, it's a completely different vibe, though, I think. Between, like, Australia and the U.S. Like I said, the U.S. is extremely complicated. Not only is it, like, large and has a lot of people in it, but it's just a lot of different interests. Super powerful corporate network. Really complicated, like, geopolitical, you know, connections and ties and all these kind of things.
Good guys.
Like...
Just kidding themselves.
It's just it's a very, like, the closest thing would be something like China. As far as, like, or, like, maybe, like, the whole EU, you know, something like that. As far as, like, the level of stuff that's, like, that's going on. I don't know. Each country is different. Each country has its own thing, its own concerns and stuff like that, but...
I don't apologize. Just doing my thing. Between the rules.
As a frame of reference for us Americans, we can visualize the continental U.S. and Australia and get a good idea. Yeah, but like 90% of, like, I'm not even kidding, like 95% of Australia is uninhabited. I mean, I think the context of the conversation, I think what Scott was getting at is that we should just, like, do these decisions on the fly, or, like, manage the country in the same way as, like, Australia or New Zealand. But
Can't kill evil.
I was arguing it's very different because there's a lot of extra,
Are just sad, lonely.
you know, considerations in there because of America's sort of culture and its political stage and just, like, how it exists globally and how it's developed over time. And I think Scott was saying Australia is the same, to try to create some kind of parallel between the United States and Australia because they're the same land size or something, was how the analogy was going. And I was trying to say that to me doesn't sort of warrant that they should have a similar type of government for the reasons that I said. I think that was the context behind it, but, you know, I may have misread some of that, but...
Life is
And I'm not saying that all of that stuff that America has going on, like, worth considering is good or bad. I'm just saying that's how it is. That's kind of the political reality, that there's a lot going on. I mean, there's a lot going on in all countries, like I said, but anyways, it doesn't matter. I heard that the new superpowers growing right now are Russia. Well, China for sure. I don't know. I can see Russia, China. I don't know about Brazil and India. I wouldn't call them superpowers yet. I think China is definitely a superpower. China's like the big one. Russia still is like important, but I think China is definitely the big one. If you're thinking of someone other than the US, that would be really important. As far as like global politics and things like that. God, it does so much damage. I guess we just go bottom. I was thinking about clearing this ward over here, but... Yo, what's up, Jenny? We're gonna be... Maybe Vel'Koz gets a miracle. Well, he's probably just gonna die here. Oh my gosh. I think Russia's a lot more powerful than people think it is, as far as like its intelligence network and its like ability to influence and its politics and stuff. But China just has so many like raw connections and resources and things of that nature too. Yeah, India, I'm not entirely sure what's up with India. I think they just have really weak infrastructure from what I've heard. Because I was asking somebody the other day on stream, like, why don't more people, you know, since more and more people are like considering moving some of their factories and stuff out of China because of the tension, like the trade war tension. I was like, why don't a bunch of them just go to India? And someone said that India just has like god-awful infrastructure. Oh, she's dead. She overstayed. You can't do that against Bard and Zac, especially. It doesn't have the, I don't know what it is about India, why it doesn't have the infrastructure, why it doesn't have this or that, or if that's even accurate, but that was what I heard. And it does have the population, but I don't know. I don't know enough about it. Zac's just running us over. I don't know where Hari is.
I only believe in myself and Saya.
Rakan, why'd you get hit by that Bartle?
Stare in the mirror. It's daily affirmation time, Con. When Zaya and I were abandoned on
Yeah, we do have kind of a rosy tinted view about India in the United States, I think, because, you know, they are, you know, we see them as our homies over there in that region to some extent, because they are a secular democracy. So yeah, we probably present them in a little bit of a better light than might be reasonable to expect. Oh man, I know they're all over here. Nope. Damn it. I guess I gotta blow my control word to get this.
I do what I want. No Stargate. Say the same.
I don't know where she is. So dangerous to go walking through here. Let's say she could be right there. I mean, we have no clue where she is.
Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness. Prince of Evil, the Emperor.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give it this. Regardless of whatever you think politically about Russia and China, like, Putin, if I were a Russian citizen, I mean, I guess maybe not one of the ones that disappeared for standing up against him or whatever, but if you're thinking of, like, average life, probably, in Russia, and you're a Russian citizen, and you're thinking of how powerful is Russia, I don't know how it's affected the average citizen in Russia with Putin, but they're certainly way more powerful and influential than they were at the fall of the Soviet Union under Putin. So, you know, whatever we think about his means or whatever he does as part of his thing. Damn it, I should have ignited her. It feels to me like he has, like, at least made the people who don't disappear in his country, he has made them wealthier and more powerful. And I feel like the same is true of Xi Jinping to some extent. He's going a bit further than some of his predecessors. It's bad in Russia? Okay. I mean, I don't know. Maybe for the average citizen, it's a lot worse than I think it is. So obviously, I don't agree with everything that's done, but I try my best to, like, look at it from, like, okay, if I wasn't an American, if I was actually a Russian citizen, how would I feel about it? I know there are demonstrations against him. It's hard to tell because, like, I mean, she's dead. It is a low bar. I mean, I'm not saying it's ideal. Oh yeah, China and India are already kind of grumbling about each other on the border. I mean, I'm not saying it can't be more ideal. I'm just saying that, like,
Out my bad side. All my sides are equal. Doing the right thing is boring.
Caitlyn just turned around and popped her. She just doesn't have any items yet, I guess. ADCs are so weak, man. Unless you're playing one of, like, the big three, and that's always how it is. It's like big three ADC or bust. It's like Jhin, Miss Fortune, Maybe Draven or bust. Like, Caitlyn can be good, but you really got to take advantage of her early, and we just weren't. People just don't use the traps right. China already dominates. China is a lot more powerful than people think it is. I've actually watched several documentaries about it. Very smart, very shrewd. They're pushing it though. I think right now, if I was, you know, running China or whatever, I don't know. I would maybe dial it back a little bit. They're trying to do too many things at once. They're trying to do that Belt and Road thing. They're building up those islands in the Pacific. But I mean, so they're doing a lot really fast, and a lot of it's kind of like going under the hood. But I mean, I think if you're talking like power and who's done the most for their country, the fastest, Xi Jinping's probably MVP over the last little bit. If you're just being objective about it, regardless, once again, of what you think about the politics, like, just if you're thinking about the power. I don't know if we win a 5v5. Yeah. I don't like that. Anytime there's a blue trinket going up somewhere, it's not good. I don't think China's more powerful than America yet. That's a bit premature.
Perfection doesn't exist, except for my hair. I did not rescue you from a cold, dead planet so that you could laugh at me. I rescued you so you could hold my mirror and tell me I look good.
Why didn't that show up on a sweep? Why is Jax invading? It's like, bro, we are behind, right? You realize you're walking over wards. That's Baron. Vel'Koz is bot. Jax is dead. Invading to steal raptors with no vision control. It's Baron. Like, is it that hard to figure this out? I mean, I know it's gold, man, and I don't want to be, like, condescending. I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to give gold players more credit. I'm trying to say, hey, how do you not know that? I feel like we gotta try this. Okay, there's... Teemo might try to go for it. Okay, we got Smite. Okay, well, they threw pretty hard. I guess it was all part of the master plan. Jax was thinking, hey, if I just int here, maybe they go for Baron, and maybe my team can ace them. Maybe this Rakan is going to charm everybody and kill everybody, and then we get Baron. I mean, maybe it's six head. Maybe it's some next level thinking. I appreciate the trust he has in me.
My cloak is woven from the whispers of starfields, the secrets of the wind, the wind, the seven. It swishes. Swish, swish.
Caitlyn's dead again. Yeah. He's got ADC itis. We just killed 2 people. 3 people. What's the first thing you want to do? Pop quiz. Raptors. You have a lane pushing with Baron in the middle. What do? Raptors. Go invade Gromp. Okay, she's 16 now, which is good. Oof, almost caught her in the... If you can catch her while she's jumping... Dude, we just saw him right there. Come on, man.
Unstoppable.
It's not that I completely lost my sense of hope. It's that the light inside me died a long time ago, leaving a dark, very good-looking soul.
Is Kale still played mainly AP? Hybrid. Yeah, like Gunblade, Nashers. I think she's got the right build.
Towards chaos, I'm just helping it along.
I gotta be careful. Vel'Koz is top. Doesn't have TP. When Soul's up. Shit, they got a lot of... Gosh, just come from the south side.
I don't apologize for doing my thing.
Alright, we're starting to come back.
Doing the right thing was boring.
Dude, Jack, spread out, bro.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Wait, give rules.
What do you think Kale will... Nashers is going to be extremely good on Kale. I guess we'll get Redemption. Nashers is going to be very, very good because it's getting an extra 20 AP and it gets more scaling on hit. So that's good. Gensu's going away, or not Gensu's. Gunblade going away is kind of awkward for her.
As far as the eye can see.
Oh, I still have... That's not my controller, I don't think, and it's in a bad spot. It won't see the back of the pit. Need to push up middle.
Safety is boring, Coop.
Ah. I bailed him out so hard there. It's awesome. I love it. As far as like... I don't remember the cooldown on her active. Like, what mythic will she get? Wit's End is kind of a mixed bag. It does have AD on it. Gensu's, if she wants to go for a lot of the on-hit stuff with like Blather and King. The on-hit, so Gensu's is probably good with, Kale's kind of a weird one. Gensu's is probably good with, I'm just gonna wait. Nashers. So like Gensu, Nashers, maybe, well, you can, if you get Gensu's, you can convert the crit over. So maybe just the shield bow. And then, so maybe like Nashers, Gensu, shield bow. The 80 carry item. Because the lifesteal feels like that'd be pretty good. I don't think it's it's not Omni Vamp though. Ozamux could also be really good, or whatever they're calling it, the Rift Maker for the Omni Vamp and the extra 15% damage. That might actually be a little bit better. We don't have a lot of people. We're... Damn, I could have flashed that better maybe. Okay. So maybe it's the Omni Vamp one. I'm trying to remember. It has, so maybe Omni Vamp Nashers. Omni Vamp Nashers Gensu's, maybe? I'm not even sure if you would want Gensu's with that. Omni Vamp Nashers, I don't know, because she can buy almost anything.
Stars are just sad, lonely light bulbs floating in space, revolving endlessly.
Yeah, I wouldn't do Kraken though. I'd probably rather do the Rift thing, because it gives AP. It's 80 AP. It's like 15 Omni Vamp. It's 10 or 15 Omni Vamp, which is Lifesteal plus Spell Vamp. And it's 15% total damage on everything when you get it charged up over 5 seconds. I feel like that's what she would want. I think it even has CDR on it. Yeah, I feel like the Omni Vamp would just be absurdly strong on her. Hey, you know what? This Vel'Koz did step it up. I was questioning Vel'Koz earlier, but he is putting in some work. I think we can ARAM this because we have 2. Like, we'll try to get this 3rd inhibitor. Trying to sit up straighter. Not lean over as much. No, I got charmed. I can do like one more game. Hey, thanks, Vasily. Yeah, I didn't have any, actually I did. I had 30% tenacity. It still charmed me forever. Sorry, I'm reading something real quick. An email from our real estate agent. He's talking about recent events with his showings.
Your worst decision will haunt you.
I just do Recon again, man. I just want to get to Platinum by the end of the season here on this account. That'd be nice.
Let's dance.
Put on our game face here. Get Diamond on this account by the end of the season. That actually kind of sucks. It'd be hard to play with Jason if I got that high on this account. Oh, I need to switch out this skin. Oh, yeah, I got the... I always forget. That crabby skin. Okay, so we might finally sell our house, our other house. Okay, so it's Lulu top or mid. Alright, Soraka is kind of annoying. They do have Lulu, but... Let's go with that. Okay, so this will probably, let's see, this will give me like 7 hours or so. 6 or 7 hours if I do per hour. That'd be pretty close. Squirrel Flame Spitter. I feel like Rumble should do very well into that. At least in the early game. Rumble's kind of a weird champ. I played him a ton. Like I played like almost 800 games of him in Season 2. He's changed a lot since then. No, 700 games. So I played 688 games of him in Season 2. I had like a 56% win rate on him too. I just lost with like anything else other than Rumble. And I ended in gold, I think.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Keep the change.
Nothing better than
I'm here.
playing tough.
I'm gone. I am so gone.
Okay. Damn. Almost got the gold. The hell is this? Oh my god. Rumble backed out, dude. If Rumble would have stayed, we would have been able to clean all that up. Like, why would you leave, dude? We're all still here. You have teleport. I don't get why you left. Like, Lulu was still there. That was... It's a huge throw. We had the advantage. We killed 2 of them. And just Rumble just fucking left. It's like, just stay in there and take their entire jungle. Like, why would you ever leave? If Lulu's here, like, why are you not here? You know what I mean? I honestly didn't even notice that Rumble left because I was just thinking who the hell would leave. Like, I thought we were all committed to locking him out. I mean, we had vision control. They were low on resources. We have way more CC than they do. Well, who got all those? Yeah, I mean, we just blinked first. It was 100% worth if Rumble didn't leave. He should have started Harpoons also. I don't know why the hell you'd start Flame Spitter on an invade. Like, those Harpoons are so strong. It's like a massive slow if you hit both of them. Soraka got me. Okay, Graves is dead. Alright. Alright. She's losing experience in farm at tower, so I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, the respawn timers are like 2 seconds, but I don't know. We could have backed off after 1 or 2 kills, but if Rumble had Harpoons and he committed to that, I think it's easy clean out. But we had the positioning. Like, they were having to face check us, I think. I mean, I don't know. Once Rumble backed, though, regardless, like, yeah, we should have left once we saw Rumble backing. That's true. I'm just saying, like, the ideal correct play, I think, was to put your head down and stay there and take their jungle. No fucking way. Damn, if I hit that knockup, that would have been sweet.
I've been kicked around since I was born. It's all right. It's okay. I'm staying alive.
TF's not moving. I should have shielded to him first and then gone for the knockup, I guess. Like, if I hit the knockup there, I'm pretty sure we kill him. Or he flashes over the wall. Or he probably doesn't have flash at this point, but... Damn, he was up 2 levels, too. Where was Samira? I guess she had backed, which is fair. Would have been nice if TF rotated, but...
I don't do safe.
Oh, he's just going straight Lich Bane, huh? It's hard to get the Soraka, man. Because Soraka doesn't have to CS. Shit, there's Graves. You got gold card? Shit. Oh, there's Rumble? Okay. Nice. That was a great TP by Rumble there. Okay, redemption. I forgot you can jump to allies with that ability. Like, that... Samira's just so ridiculous. Oh my god, he needed to hit that harpoon. That's rough. Alright.
They ain't seen moves like
Oh! The slows. Ah, damn.
They're scared of darkness. They're scared of magic. They are scared of where I'm from.
I need to make sure I don't get too hurt here. I forgot I didn't have the proc. Is she 6? She is 6.
Because I'm free.
Okay, blue cane. Alright. I mean, they are basically all squishy, so... And that magic oh my god. Why the hell does she do so much damage? I mean, I guess I don't have any armor. Maybe I should be going more armor. I mean, they are almost literally all AD, so maybe I should be going Zeke's. It's a little awkward. Alright, I might have to get Zeke's here.
Humans think that to believe in something you have to consider.
And that Senna's really hurting.
Problem.
And she, well, it's because she went freaking Sari to Dirt Pickaxe. Like, she doesn't have Tear yet, so she's doing a lot more damage than I'm used to seeing on her. It's because she doesn't have Tear. She actually does damage. So that's gonna set her behind later. But like right there, it hit a lot harder than I was expecting. She had to have screwed up an auto attack there. I think she autoed either a minion or Senna instead of the Soraka. Yeah, there's no way we don't kill her there with Ignite. Unless she messed something up. Wow, where'd that shield come from? Or the heal? Wait, why'd you turn back? The bait? Okay. Well, I guess his next level is the bait. I mean, that Graves is really weak, too. He's 0 and whatever. Yo, what's up, Gray? This feels a little much. A little extra. does the Graves lose to Kane? I don't know. I think he ended up on the short end of that stick at that level 1.
The universe loves me.
Yeah, so we're switching it up here. Well, we'll see, Rambo. It's not a foregone conclusion. I mean, that's how the I was gonna say the preseason. That's how the early voting looks, but you never know. I mean, Hillary was looking pretty good too, going down the stretch. Everyone thought that was a lock too, so. Oh my god. The rumble damage. They had enough. It does do the most damage, but like 99 out of 100, you should always go for blue card. Unless you are added any fun. Well. Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to get too political in the chat. It's pretty much impossible with an election day tomorrow, but I'll give him, he did do some stuff that was unorthodox. I'll give you that for sure. I mean, I don't think any... Rumble did dumpster the Lulu. He's like, but that's what they said. I mean, maybe somebody said something beforehand. He seems really mad. Anyways. Okay, well, that's got to be it for tonight. I hate to go out like that. Tomorrow, we'll make a run, see if we can get back to platinum. We have been platinum on this account. Probably like a month or two in. And then we kind of tried out a bunch of other stuff, and I don't even frankly know what happened, but we got demoted down to gold 4 within a month after that. But anyways, we're climbing back up. It's a shame. Hopefully we can get Jason up there. I mean, with the birth of his new daughter, the birth of his new daughter, you know, obviously there's some other stuff that's going to take precedent over playing. So we'll see. I don't know if he gets time off work or not. There might, I mean, the thing is babies do sleep a lot. They sleep for like 16 hours a day. So you do have some time where, you know, he could play and we can try to get him up there, but we'll see if we can at least get to platinum. But anyways, okay. Well, thank y'all very much for tuning in. As always, I appreciate it. Even though the viewer count's a lot lower, you're all special in my heart. You're all 800 viewers in my heart. I think we'll get back up there eventually. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm. Frankly, I mean, I just come up, hang out, have a good time with y'all, just play the best that I can. I enjoy it about, you know, pretty much the same regardless of the viewers out there. I always have some people help keeping it real, keeping it a good time, keeping it 100 as the kids say. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you all very much. As always, I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll still be playing around midnight Eastern Standard Time. You know, I guess we'll see what's going on politically at the time. We vibing. That's right. But, yeah, thanks, and I'll see y'all next time.